Hello everyone. I wanted to show you quickly how to operate SimMom using the Laerdal Lleap software. I am here in room 137, the control room that actually has the computer that operates SimMom, who is in room 139. She shares it with SimBaby. So I'm here at the workstation now. I'm going to go ahead and open the Lleap software. It's the little green button right down here. I'm going to click it in the taskbar. Open it up, and this is the primary application that we're going to start on this Lleap. Click on that, load it up. She is not on right now, but I'm just going to show you the software. If she were, you'd have something very similar to this pop up. You can see this is connected to SimBaby. I'm just going to use the virtual simulator. You typically won't be doing this when you come into the station to run SimMom. All of the software will be up and running. I'm just kind of taking you through the steps, so if this is boring to you, you can move straight forward to when all of this is up and ready to go. I'm going to click SimMom. And the most important part is how, if you're running a delivery system, we have the automatic delivery mode right here on the side. That's the one we run. So, and there are cutouts on how to load this up. So if you're doing multiple different types of delivery, this part is important because you do need to know how to load the baby up in this delivery mechanism. So I'm going to choose automatic delivery. Great, and we always run from automatic mode. Click on automatic, and here we are. I've downloaded some pre-programmed scenarios that came from Simulation Healthcare South Carolina. So I'm just going to load one of these up. This is a normal, I think this is the normal delivery, or there is a normal delivery in here. But it doesn't matter that you can look at the scenario outlines, and your course coordinator will be the one that we'll be talking to you about which scenarios that she wants run during the course that you're currently teaching. I'm just going to load this up. So this is the important part. It's asking us how we want to do delivery position. So if we're actually loading the child up, and sometimes you may not be, you may just be looking at the strip, so you can kind of ignore this. But if you are going to be delivering the baby, SimMom needs to know how you're actually putting the baby in to the delivery mechanism. And so we can accept one of four. I'm just going to select one. And you see it gives you a nice little bit of setup instructions. The downfall to this, of course, is that the setup instructions are in the control room. And of course, SimMom is in a different room. So it's hard to look at this and put the baby in with these setup instructions. So I have created these same images, and they'll be available to you and in SimMom's room, so you don't have to go running back and forth between the control room and SimMom when you are loading the baby into the delivery mechanism. If you have any troubles with this, please do come and get myself, Lonnie Rozier, or Aaron McKinney, and we can help you get more comfortable in loading these babies up. But it's really, the instructions are very simplistic, very straightforward, and we have a lot of the lubricant that they have. It's all at the bedside table. All of these things, it's very, very simple to load. And if you're doing a lot of deliveries, so very important for you to understand how this works. So I'm going to just stay on this one and click continue. And then you've got pretty much what you've been used to if you've ran any of the courses in 412 or 422 for MedSurg Fundamentals, MedSurg 2, Lleap. That's the beauty of this software. It all looks the same. So if you're running this for the first time, your primary interest is going to be this area right here. It's just the checklist area. It's just right now there's nothing there except start scenario. It's a button that you would choose right before you start the scenario. you can see that the mannequin is in a state of rest. No waveforms are moving, no numbers are moving. Heart rate's 71. It's all sort of in a state of pause, because that's exactly what it is. You see down here, this is in a state of pause. A couple more things that I need to do, and so you can see how the multiple components are involved in starting up a scenario for the very first time. I still need a voice. I have no voice for mom, so I need to click on this box right down here. It's microphone control panel. Click on that, and then I just scroll down to my buttons. Right there they are. You can see that there's the simulator, the overhead, and the Confederate voices. What you primarily are concerned with, simulator voice, is you hold the left mouse button down, push the button, and then that highlights. You see it's blinking. That means the mic is hot, and your voice should be going through the mannequin. It isn't right now, because there's one other thing that we need to do. The mannequin software itself, Lleap software, has a button that turns on the voice as well, and if that's not highlighted, then no amount of button pressing on the microphone control panel will do you any good if this icon is not highlighted green. This has to be green. Of course, if you're running SimBaby, that's not a problem, because we don't talk through SimBaby using the simulator. It has just crying involved. So if you don't hear your voice, look at that little icon down there and make sure that that is turned green. Overhead speaker is used to give information, such as any kind of sort of assessment information. Maybe she has, you want to assess skin turgor. Mannequin can't quite give that to the student, so you would use the overhead speaker microphone to communicate that information to your students. And then the third option down here is talk to Confederate. I know you can't see the words, but it says talk to Confederate. That's where we have a body pack that we can give to maybe a family member that's in the room. You want them to get kind of crazy, but you don't want anybody to know that. This button, if you click on it, that you can talk privately to that individual and direct them in the room to do something that you don't want anyone else to know about. So we're good. We got that up. Last thing we need to make sure of is we have a patient monitor running inside the room. At this stage, there is no patient monitor running in the room. They just have a blank screen. So we need to go to Tools, and then Patient Monitor, and just start that patient monitor up. Again, I can't stress enough, these things will be up and running when you come in to the room. So really at this stage, what you're seeing right now on screen is really what you're gonna see when you walk into the room to run your very first sim for the day. It'll be in this state. So I'm gonna switch between monitors so you can see this is the patient monitor in the room where SimMom is. So the students, if they happen to be in there right now, this is what they're seeing right now. Some patient information. I'm going to go back to the Lleap software. Bring it back over there. So when you get ready to start the scenario, you're going to click play to get the mannequin out of pause. Play is right down here at the bottom. Start session, hit the play button. That gets the mannequin out of pause. You can start to see your waveforms are now moving. Numbers are kind of changing. You start to hear the fetal heart rate sound. You start to see your waveform come up. If I pop over to the patient monitor, all right, you can start to see what's coming into view right over here. Let me just kind of move this over a little bit. You can see fetal heart rate. You can hear it. Students can physically tap the screen to get that to work with their finger, or you can do it yourself with the software. All right. Go back to my other monitor. I'm going to turn that off because that is, as far as the ECG, I'm just going to turn that off because that's a little annoying. Great. So you're up and ready to go. Now you haven't started the scenario yet. All you've done is getting the mannequin out of pause. So you're ready to start the scenario. You'll click start, and then now you're in a checklist kind of activity. You'll have information regarding how this flows. If you're brand new at this, we typically try to match you up with a person that has run before, or I will take you through those steps personally before you even run. So just know that primarily you're going to be interested in doing these things here, which are just a checklist activity. This particular scenario has already canned responses in them, so there's that going for you. Most of the time we tend to use the microphone and speak as the patient because it's a little more realistic. We can deliver immediately just by clicking. If that's something you want to show immediately, you can just deliver. Just hit that button, deliver head now, and then it will do it. We can also have some other options here to change our contraction time, how often they happen, when to deliver baby and how many contractions, so on and so forth. This is more being used for on the fly, again, which we typically don't do. We program most of this stuff ahead of time. But I just wanted to point that out. This works just like SimMom. Any of these you can change on the fly or be programmed for whatever it is. But if you're just curious to see how this works, you can just click on the number and change the number, much like the intro to SimMom using Lleap software is in that video that I showed you earlier. But that's it. Once you get done with the running the scenario, you'll just restart that session by ending the scenario, hitting stop, start new session, click OK, back to automatic mode. Then you see if you're running the same scenario over and over, the nice part is it highlights what was last chosen, so you would just re-choose that. And it's going to go back and ask you again delivery position. Those particular positions that I pointed out earlier, I will have for you in a paper format, so that you don't have to keep running back and forth between the room where SimMom is and the control room. Thank you for your time. Hope this was helpful to you in learning how to use Lleap software to run SimMom.